Gates open, and they're racing away.
This is my life, or the part of it you know about. This is me, Stormy Eclipse. I'm a 7-year-old racehorse. My father was a racehorse, and so was my mother. It runs in the family.
Stormy is very well bred. He was actually sold as a 2-year-old for 2.2 million. And his father is one of the best stallions in the country. His mother was a very good racehorse. She actually raced in Port Elizabeth. I think she won about 10 races. So she's very well bred. She's very well bred.
My morning routine includes a run in the morning, just to get my muscles activated for the day ahead. I get saddled, and then I'm off to train. This is Tara, my trainer.
Well, basically my staff get into the yard about 5:30 in the morning. They'll get a light snack before they go to the training tracks. Depending on their program, if they're racing or not racing, we'll adjust their work accordingly. We like to get our first string on the training tracks at 6:15 in the morning, weather depending. And we just put the horse, through their motions, and we normally finish up at about 11 o'clock.
Usually on Mondays, after my morning run, if I'm racing on a Friday or Saturday, I have to go to the starting stalls to practice. This is one of my favorite parts of the day.
Oh, horses love rolling in the sand. There's nothing better, when their body is warm or hot from working or from galloping. They just throw themselves into the sand. It's nice and cool, it makes them fresh. They absolutely love it.
I love rolling in the sand, but I love my girlfriend more.
Horses are funny characters. You must remember that they're herd animals, so they like being with other horses. So they get very close to the horse they stand next to in their stable. Although you sometimes have got an occasion, where they'll bite each other and you have to move them around to find out, who they're compatible with.
That's the spot. After I get washed, I get my meal. My meals vary depending on how close I am to race day.
Every horse is different. You've got to take their diet, into consideration as well. Not all horses eat the same. If I have to talk about Stormy Eclipse, the week before his race, we put him onto a very high protein diet. And then during the week of the race, I actually start dropping his nutrition down, because you don't want a horse on race day to be running with a full stomach. It's the same as an athlete, like a marathon runner that's going to run in the comrades. Basically, his training program, the week of the race you can't get a horse fit. So the previous weeks, you do your stamina work, and the week of the race, basically, you just tighten everything up and just put on the cherry on the top.
We decide when he's ready for a race. If he's going to race this week, he'll do speed work on the Monday, then on the Tuesday he'll do slow work, and then on the Wednesday he'll do speed work, and on the Thursday he'll do slow short work, and then he'll race on the Friday.
It's race time, so I get into my best attire. They shine my hooves, and we all mentally prepare for the big race. But I'm not allowed to race until my passport has been checked. Off to the parade ring for us. During this time, the betting is finalised and our owners, trainers and jockeys stand in the middle of the ring in great anticipation for the big race. At this point, the adrenaline is pumping. Better keep up, buddy.
A race meeting is not allowed to start without the ambulance or without the veterinary surgeon being on course. So if a jockey takes a horse down to the start and he feels something amiss with it, he will tell the vet behind the pen, there's something wrong with my horse, so then the doctor will trot it out. If he thinks it's unfit to race, the horse will be scratched.
There are people who ensure that a race is always kept fair and that it is as safe as possible for both horse and rider on race day.
We call them the policemen of racing. They're called the stipendiary stewards. Every racecourse in the country, I think it consists of 3 or more. They have got numerous television screens in the boardroom. They're like eagle eyes. They watch absolutely every aspect that goes on in the race, from the jump to the, to basically to the pull-up. If they think that there's a little bit of interference or bumping or boring or anything like that, the said jockey will be called into the boardroom and they will be asked to review the video with the stipendiary stewards.
As a horse wins races, he'll go up into a higher division, and so you'll have, in the old terms, you used to call the A division, the B division, the C division, the D division. The A division would have been for the best horses around. And as they win, so the weights will go from 52 to 54 to 56 to 60. So they lump them with more and more weight or into a higher division or a stronger field as they get better. A lot of people over the years think racing's easy because myself and Tara work in the yard or work with the horses. They think we know that when the horse is going to win. It's not that easy because we could have 16 horses in a race and 8 trainers, and all 8 trainers think the horse is going to win, but only one's going to win.
After a race we get unsaddled. The winners, on the other hand, go and collect their prize. I myself have won a big race.
Stormy's achievement was every year, our season starts from August to the end of July, and every year we pick out the main races, the big feature races, and we try and pick the right horse for the right race. And Stormy's achievement was in December in a race called the Memorial Mile. That is the big race over 1600 meters, and we prepped him particularly for that race, and he won that race, so you're getting an award for that.
There's nothing better, when you're standing in the winner's box on race day. You basically know you did your homework and the proof was in the pudding. When you wrote the exam, the result was there. It's absolutely fantastic.
We all take a walk to cool down after the race. During this time, the vet ensures that we have not sustained any injuries during our race. They make sure we return in good health. Even though the day has ended for us, back at the racecourse, the party has just begun.
I'll say it's a journey. You know, we get so many different types of horses that come through our hands. You get the good, the bad, you get the unsound horses. And, you know, we all wear our hearts on our sleeve. We get very attached to them. So, you know, when they do go to the races, we've got high expectations. When they run below par, you know, there's a lot of emotions that run through us. Have we done our job? Was the horse, you know, at his best on the day? But I mean, it's absolutely magnificent. It's like I say, it's just an absolute journey to work with them. It's very job satisfying, it honestly is.
Everyone here plays their part to ensure that race day is a success. No task is less important than the rest. Horse racing has been around for centuries now, and once you have it in your blood, you will never get it out of your system. There really must be no greater feeling than owning a horse and seeing it win a race.
Yeah, just lovely. That's why I'm still doing this. I mean, look at this. It's like my dog.